well. I slept well. Nobody bothered me, which is good. I'm getting ready to get going. Oh, wrong one. All the air is out of my mattress. My mattress has steel seals. This is the one you fill it out, and this is the one that releases the pressure. Hopefully, it doesn't go flat again. I think what causes mattresses to go flat is when you sleep in shelters. I likely won't be sleeping in any wooden shelters along this river or any of the other rivers that I go on. So hopefully it won't go flat. So this car is still here. That's kind of surprising. The pickup truck that was next to it the owners came back at 9 o'clock or thereabouts. They packed in their canoe and left. The blue truck came back. They put a powerboat in the river. They came back at midnight and left. But that car is still here. Wonder who it belongs to. 7 a.m. My gear's all packed up. Well, partly packed up. And I've got all this to put away. But I'm making breakfast. And then I'll load up my canoe and get out of here. I should be on the river by 8 o'clock. I'm making ramen. And I mixed in some beef jerky to make it taste better. Give me a little more protein. Although this ramen has pretty good protein. 15 grams of protein per package. So it was a nice spot. I'm glad nobody disturbed me. Except for the guys packing up the boat at midnight. Whatever. So I noticed this last night. I've never seen albino turtle shells before. Maybe when they dry, the coloring flakes off, I guess. That's cool. Alright, almost finished packing. Just got a couple more things. My water bottle. I'm out on the river. It's a Sunday. There'll probably be more people out here today. But still, I'm probably going to try to find some place to camp pretty quickly. Maybe do 5 or 6 today. There's a town in about 8. There's a bunch of islands right before the town. I'll probably try to camp on one of those if I can find a spot where I can pull out. So I guess I'm looking to do 8 miles today. That's pretty decent. I'm about 30 miles from a state park, I think. I'm not sure. Or not a state park, but a lake. I'm not sure. Well, I dumped again. And I lost some stuff. I lost the paddle that I use. I lost the sitting pad that I sit on. And somehow I lost my tent. It was in my backpack, and the whole backpack came out of the boat, and my tent's gone. I was gonna camp here and dry off, but I gotta try to find my tent, so I gotta keep paddling. Hope to God I find my tent, because without a tent I can't fucking survive out here. Oh, and I lost my poncho, but that's trash. I'm not really concerned about that. So I gotta keep going, try to find the stuff I lost. So it's a bit of a miracle. I'm about a mile downriver from where I pulled out to empty out my canoe, but I found my paddle. No sign of my tent, which is, really kind of important. But my paddle's there, so I'm gonna. Right there. I'm going to go over and grab that real quick. It's good because I like that paddle. This paddle here is much longer. That one's shorter. It gives me better control. But I don't even... Yeah, my tent's gone. So, I'm coming up on a town, assuming that I have cell phone service when I get there. It's a substantial town. It has a food line, so when I get there, I think I'm going to try, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call every local church I can find, explain to them what I'm doing, tell them I need essentially I need someplace to stay for a couple days while I have a new tent shipped to me from Amazon. There won't be another Durst in it. I'll have to go with the Atlantis N2 or something. Although I might, I've heard there's a lot of really good sales on at REI. I might look at getting a freestanding tent since I'm going to be coming up on a lot more sand, and freestanding tent won't really work when I'm along the coast. Or freestanding tent work. Trekking pole tent won't really work along the coast. Yeah, I don't know how well this will come out. So basically what happened is somehow I got hit a rock, turned broadside, and went over the side, and basically the wave just filled my boat with water. And then my pack was on top of my, like right now the white bag's on top and my pack's on the bottom. That's how I should have been doing it. But my pack was on top and it fell off and acted like a sea anchor. I couldn't get it back on, but it just completely filled with water. And at one point, the rope that I have following me got caught on a rock or something. And so the whole canoe was I was in high current. The rope on the back was hooked on a rock, and I couldn't get. Actually, it was the rope on the front that was hooked on the rock. Anyway, what I ended up having to do was get my knife out of one of my sealed white bags and cut the rope. But
good morning. It is June 23rd. I am, as you can see, in a house. I called, like I said I was going to do on the river yesterday. When I got to the boat landing, I called the local churches. There were 3 local churches. 2 of them I called and left a message on an answering machine. Still haven't heard back. The 3rd one I called and it went straight to cell phone. The local pastor, his name is Nate. I explained what happened. I explained my situation. Originally he was like, this is just so unbelievable. He was like, I told him I'd come off the AT because of my injured ankle, and I was paddling down the Roanoke River, and I'd capsized and lost my tent. And he was like, this sounds like a scam. I don't know what you're trying to scam me from, but this sounds like a scam. So I sent him a link to my YouTube channel, which says 96 videos up when I sent it, and then I sent him a picture of myself and a picture of my canoe, and I sent him the location where I was at the boat dock. And I said, if this is a scam, it's a really well done one, and I'm not sure what I'm trying to get out of you. And so he came down and met me, and somehow we crammed my 14-foot canoe into the back of his tiny little pickup. We used cargo straps, and it was hanging, most of it was outside of his pickup. When we load it back up, I'm going to take a picture. I should have taken a picture at the time, but I was in a bit of a state of shock. I didn't think of it at the time, but after we pulled it out, I was like, damn, I should have taken a picture of that. So I'm going to try to take a picture when we load it back up. Jeez, I got bruises on my knees. My legs all torn up from the river bed. Anyway, he invited me back to his place, but he hasn't moved in. He's actually moving into his place today. So I slept in an empty house last night, and I'm going to help them move. Probably going to help them unload the U-Haul this afternoon. The kindness from the people at this church is just amazing. One of the deacons, his name is Tom, and his wife, they came over and bought me some food, ended up buying me a new tent off of Amazon. I wasn't asking for a handout. I was just asking for some place where I could stay so I could have a tent shipped to me. And all of a sudden, they're like, "Here, let us help you with this stuff." And just the kindness of these people is unbelievable. It's shocking. I'm so grateful. I cannot even begin to express how grateful I am. I was really worried after after the accident, after my canoe capsized and I lost some stuff. It was my own fault. I should have had my bag shut better. I should have had my canoe loaded better. I'm gonna do some work, and from now on, things won't be falling out of my pack. So I am going to do better going forward.